Okay, I got interrupted on my last video for good reason. Sometimes I talk too much. I'm hyperverbal. Nobody will ever argue with that. All the way back to 4th, 5th grade. I talk more than anybody else. I think I'm better at it too, which is why I'm doing these videos. I cuss more than I should. I say but and but more than I should. Thank you for the criticism and critiques. That really means nothing to me. I like the compliments, but fuck off. Like, I'm not trying to be something I'm not today. If it works out that you like what you see, then I'm stoked. But I'm planning on recommending people look at my videos as evidence of what art therapy has done for me. I'm essentially studying evolutionary psychology. I don't believe that the human mind is anything other than magical and it wants to create things. I'll try to explain as we go through. But I drew some pictures and then I drew some more. So this one here, if you can see it, this is The Sting of Work by Fish Guy. Essentially, I don't even know how this is going to work. I'm trying to show these. But what this art meant to me as I was making it was that nobody worked harder than me. Nobody works harder than a bee. I was addicted to it. When I realized it, I realized how much money it was worth, and I had to somehow let that idea go. That's all. Then I drank a bottle of wine with my girlfriend and decided to draw this picture. It was a lot of fun. It was just a simple sketch that I decided to see if I could really work on the shadows and try to learn. Anybody that knows me knows that I don't try anything half-ass. I'm likely to do nothing than half-ass my way through. A lizard showed up, and I was sitting outside, and he came to visit, and he just walked up. And I decided to draw the street that we live on. I was sitting out there smoking a grit, and this little guy came up and said hello. And it didn't take too long to sketch that out. Immediately what I'm learning is that, like, art ideas aren't all good. No matter how much time you spend making a bad idea good, it won't. You can't do it. It is what it is. Each picture is my physical manifestation of an idea that I have, and the best that my body is able to do to capture it, put it somewhere. Making art and making memories is different because there's pen and paper involved with one of them. So when I got scared at the bookstore, it felt like this. And this was an interesting moment to just not try to draw something, but to legitimately try to capture the feeling of the moment on paper. And I wasn't able to, because the more I looked at the feeling, there was no substance to it. It was true. Oh my gosh, the emotion was so true. I was so scared. But I sat down and couldn't find a great logical stimulus to fight. No, but I wanted to. So then I drew this one. And this was a river and a tree. And there were animals found in this by both my daughter and my girlfriend and my son. I did not draw an animal in here, and that wasn't my intention. For looking at this stuff, I guess I should probably take still pictures and actually light them and put them there. But it's not about my artwork. It's not about the quality of my artwork. It's truly about what I'm doing to manage my stress and how it's affected me since I started doing it. This was this is a sketch pad that I carry around, and this was just me drawing a picture of the hole in my heart, like where my heart was, and And then I drew a picture of some mountains and things. These mountains, don't ask stupid fucking questions. I didn't mean to draw it. It drew itself as much as I drew it. And that sounds so lame, but I can blame somebody. Like this dragonfly. This dragonfly came to life on a piece of paper. And again, I hope the lighting shows. Again, I'll post these pictures on Facebook just so that people, if you actually want to look at what pencils and paper can do in short order, and this is what I'm doing. I'm just sketching it out. And then Finny, our little dog, really proud of her. She had her first kill today. She was a ferocious animal. Was a little gopher, and I put the little paw print there and the little teeth marks, and I tried to add only enough detail to capture the image. And when I look at these pictures, I want to go back in and fill them in. I want to go in and go, oh, fix that, fix that. It doesn't seem to make the picture better. A lot like ideas. See, emotions are kind of like this for me. They come and go, and like they're just like that. They nothing there. So I drew a picture of life. This was just kind of a quick sketch of what it feels like to swim through life as a fish guy. It's like the best idea I had was to put myself in the jaws of the biggest, most obvious threat. And with the most obvious threat well within my control, I could use that to fight everything else off. Dude, don't know. Don't know if it's a good picture. Don't know if it's a bad picture. Don't know if the lighting's even going to show it. But it's not meant to be more than an expression of how I feel in a moment to make myself feel better in the next moment. I drew a river. This is a river. Check that out, huh? There's actually two little fish in there making some eggs, and kind of looking at the ideas of just life, how they worked, how water works, light works, rivers work to come together to make a fish or a fish guy. It starts with just two eyes and a wiggle, you know. Two little eyes just pop up, and they come out of this massive organized protein attached to a bunch of lipids, and immediately there's a light stimulus and the brain starts to grow, and a pattern of life develops, and aggression and being scared come in and out of that. This is the story, fish guy story. I mean, literally, they quick stuff. This one here is just sort of a pictures of the crossroads of the life that I feel like I'm at right now, in a way. Again, this one was so quick. There was a time and a place for everything, and there's kind of a big blank spot, and I'm here now, and I don't know where to go. So yeah, this has been a really, really neat experience. Did I show you that one? Yeah, I did that one. This is the... If I didn't do this one, I think this one might be... I know I spent the most time on this one, so I'll talk a little bit more about it. This was a bad idea. I remember talking about this. It was a bad idea to start. It started off as a deer or something stupid. But literally, like, I gave up on it because I messed up, and I kept making it, kept working on it, kept working at it. I guess what I'm most proud of on this picture is that there's no eraser. That, just don't erase. You got what you got. Make it better. And my art therapy, I can understand people that sing now a little better. I can understand why I can fish. I'm able to hyper focus all of my energy into something else, and it helps me avoid the pain. Now I understand why I didn't like drugs, why I don't like to drink. Now I understand a little bit about my natural patterns. And my study of evolutionary psychology is giving me a much better understanding of an anxiety disorder, misalignment, and also what it is to be alive, evolving, and how I can shape my children. And I also believe there's a lot of biology in it. I believe that the stress of the stress of life, I believe, influences the babies themselves in variants. And I wouldn't be surprised to learn that cancers are actually just another misalignment or malformation of a protein. So why wouldn't a mental illness almost kind of be like a mental cancer? And a bad idea certainly is as bad or worse than cancer. So when you look at my videos, don't try to judge me or yourself. Stop all of that shit. Just let it be and see where it takes you. I'm happier than I've ever been, and I see light at so many tunnels that it's just a matter of waiting to see which one gets brighter and has a train, and not getting hit by another freaking train. So my life story's a pretty cool one. I'm sparing the details because I don't want the strangers that meet me to understand how I got to be who I am. I want to know how I can help being who I am. So if this helps, let me know. Thank you. Fish Guy Philosophy. Happy summer. Let's roll.